I remember the first time when I stumbled upon porn, when I consumed this adult bad content. I was at my friend's place and he had like a sort of not attic but a top part up there. So me and him were there and he told me his cousin's coming over. So his cousin was, because he was calling with his cousin, they were on the phone and everything. And he passes me the phone and he's like, "Oh, my cousin wants to speak to you." And the second I pick it up, I'm like, "Oh, hi, this is Jan," you know? He's like, the first thing he says is, "Do you know what an orgy is?" Now, if you don't know, I'm happy for you. An orgy is basically like when people have sex but in like loads, like a whole group or something. It's really messed up. So pretty much he told me this, I said no, and then I gave the phone back to my friend. He rolls around. This was probably, we were 13, 13 around the time, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I'd probably say 12. 12 years old. Maybe even 11. I'm not too sure. Really young age. So anyway, he pulls around and he comes upstairs. I don't even know if anyone was home. Maybe they were, but he literally brings an iPad and he goes and he searches up orgy on iPad, and us three little guys are just glued to the screen watching this shit. That's the first ever time that I like experienced this, and then after that we went to play outside and everything. But it was always in the back of my mind. It was always there that it's like, damn, I still remember that shit to today. I wish I never saw that, but you know, it does mess up your kid's brain, and it is really problematic. So what I'm trying to say is porn is a really, really dark world. I didn't know this all the time, but maybe half a year ago to more recently, I discovered that so many people on porn and in the porn industry are being filmed without consent. So pretty much guys that are sleeping with girls are filming it. Maybe the girl doesn't mind, or maybe she doesn't even know. And then they're uploading it to this. Worst thing that is happening is, I know that I looked this up briefly, that Pornhub allowed people to post videos with like minimal verification, like with minimal age verification. So pretty much there were videos of minors on the internet. There were videos, it is so disgusting for me to say this, but there were videos of like step uncles, stepfathers, like fathers, uncles, basically, I don't want to say the word, but taking advantage of their daughters and of younger girls. So there is no consent to this whatsoever, and it is being uploaded online where people are jerking off to it. And what's even worse is that, especially like girls and females that, you know, they want to make money. So I know that I've read something about this, like companies go and, you know, you can reach out or something through this, you make a connection or something, and they pay these people, like these girls, to go on there, and it is terrible money. It's like $100, $200. The regret is with them. There are so many girls and females who have put this online saying that they regret and they wish they never did it. Imagine now you do something with your life. Let's say right now, let's say now you're on a really good diet, you know, you've changed your lifestyle, you're eating really healthy, and now let's say you eat some processed pizza or something, you'll feel shit. You will have regret for yourself. But they'll go away. This regret stays with them for their whole entire life. They talk about it. They wish they'd never done this. And it's not as simple as just like, I regret this. It's like someone's gonna know. There's gonna be a person who knows. And then especially your mind. Imagine you walk out and you think that, shit, everyone knows that I've been on Pornhub. It messes with your brain. Like, I feel bad for these people. I really do. And I, in a way, hate myself that I consumed this content, that I was addicted to it. But then another thing is a large problem with OnlyFans. If you don't know what OnlyFans is, good on you. I respect you, If you do, that's fine as well, because look, there is so much shit out there these days that half the time it's not even your fault. It's just our minds are just messed up into thinking to going on these platforms and consuming this content. OnlyFans is something like, how would I describe it? Probably something like short version of, I wouldn't say Twitch, but maybe something like, not YouTube, but maybe something like Twitter. Is you've got accounts that you can subscribe to. I think some cost money to subscribe and some maybe are free. I'm not too sure. Luckily, I've never subscribed to an OnlyFans girl, so I'm, like a bit of a brag there, but you can do this, and then basically this girl posts like, I think it's sometimes nude pictures and sometimes it's just like provocative photos, like half naked, so it indulges the consumer pretty much, because what I know when I was pretty down bad is I went on this OnlyFans girl's account and she had a paid one and a free one. So I'm assuming the free one was like not like totally nude and the paid one was like nude. But the problem with this, the dark truth, the dark side with this is a lot of females see this as like a get rich quick scam. Like, I haven't talked to much females about this, but in my whole life, probably 2 girls have mentioned it, that they would like to start an OnlyFans or get into the porn industry. I think they meant it more as a joke, but they were like, like, this is going to make me really rich and everything. The sad truth is, and it's not just these girls, there are so many females out there who are thinking and deciding to go into this path, because these days there is less and less actual like good men who don't promote this, but the vast majority of humanity is basically promoting pornography. And the dark truth is they make hardly no money. I googled this, and around 80% of all like out there, on average, they make 120 a month. 120 a month. You can make that in one day from working somewhere in some factory or in a fast food place, or working as a builder, or just going mowing your lawn, mowing 2 lawns for your neighbors, and you'll make that in one day. Instead, these girls are probably posting, I don't know, but they're probably posting daily on OnlyFans. It is messing up their minds, and they make 120 a month. That is pathetic. I'm not like trying to promote this. I'm just like trying to show you the dark reality. And if you know anyone who wants to make an OnlyFans or anything, they don't make any money. Yes, of course, you're gonna have the top 1% that are probably making like $30,000 to $70,000 a month, but like, realistically, you don't want to be them. You have to ask yourself, would you date an OnlyFans girl? If you have morals and you're not really down bad, realistically, you would say yes. I mean, no, sorry. I hope you would say no. I really do, because then your future children, your parents and everything, you'd always have this feeling in your mind like she was on OnlyFans. There's probably still photos out there of her that are naked and any guy can see and jerk off to. So if you're not a complete cuck, I bet you would never date an OnlyFans girl. And this is the problem. See, this is the problem, that girls think that they can go into this industry, get rich quick, leave, have tons of money, and then their life is fine. But it's not, because their life is pretty much ruined for this. And I don't even think it's the girl's fault. Like I wouldn't even blame the girl that made this OnlyFans account. Of course, there's lacking of masculine father in the household. There's probably the mother is wearing the pants of the family, or she's promoting the girl to do something stupid. But I see it more as society. Like society these days is so stupid. It's literally pushing like hormones into children. It is pushing the shit into females. Like, it's fine if you experiment with your body. It's fine if you get out there and just show the world yourself. I fully disagree with that, and I think it's really disgusting. Today I actually read Mia Khalifa. So Mia Khalifa, she was a porn star, I think around 2014 to 2015. So she had a span of three months, three or bit more months of her porn career. And I was interested in this because I was reading about her, and she has publicly said that she has literally with her whole life regretted doing this. She has regretted being in the porn industry. She has, from 2015 to like 2025, that's like 10 years, she has tried to remove these videos. But let's be honest, they're never gonna get removed, because it is clipped, it is taken from that website, put on that website, it is done from here to there. So this person that has made a stupid mistake when they were younger is now trying to get rid of it. She has so much regret for it. Not like physically, but also mentally. She says that going into public literally feels like you're naked and people can see through you. I mean, if I was in her situation, I would probably feel shit. Like, imagine, I don't even know, but probably millions and millions, maybe like a billion, more than billion people know who Mia Khalifa is. And imagine now something this like happens to your daughter and everyone knows. So this is basically the fucked up thing I see with Pornhub and the porn industry is these are human beings. I know that, look, they made a shit decision back in the past. I'm not trying to defend them. I'm not saying like what they did was right. But I'm saying that the world is just effed up with this, is that there are people who go into this because they don't know any better. And since the world is promoting it, because these people make money, because people like us, people like me back 1 year ago was consuming this stuff. When I was younger, I was consuming this stuff. So of course, us as audience, we're generating money, their money, which is promoting them. So of course, if more and more people are gonna watch porn these days, then more and more girls are gonna see more money in there, which means that they're gonna go and film this stuff and then later on have their mental health destroyed. So the reason I'm trying to say this is, if less and less of us watch this stuff, that means there wouldn't be so much audience, there wouldn't be so much people who would like create this, because they'd see, oh shit, not a lot of people are consuming in this. So basically her life will never be the same. She said this, that she has like throughout 10 years, 9 years gone to therapy. I don't believe therapy, but she's gone to therapy and it's not helped her one bit. The worst thing is, She made around 12K US in her entire career. That's 4,000 USD a month. Yes, it's quite a decent amount. It's nothing big, but for 3 months, would you trade your whole life, your whole mental life, for 12K? Obviously not. So the reason I'm saying all this is I want you to understand the dark truth. I want you to understand the stuff behind all these like big bad companies, these like porn industries. So I know that if I knew this back when I was jerking off and everything, addicted to porn, it would have changed my perspective. I don't think I would have been consuming in porn as much as I did when I was younger. I'd probably resort to my imagination or something else. But the reason I'm trying to tell you this is it is literally like so bad. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. And the worst thing is there is people on there who don't even know they're on there. There is people on there who have been taken advantage of and basically by their uncles or by their fathers have been you know what and then put on these platforms. And then imagine like or imagine there's a boyfriend who has sex with his girlfriend and then he uploads this shit. And then later on she finds out that she's on the internet, someone tells her. The amount of shame, guilt this girl would feel. And it wasn't even her fault. Now, I'm not saying that, of course, people that put this up there have to take responsibility. Like, if you put it up there, that's your fault. I'm leaning more on the aspect of the girls that were taken advantage and then these videos were put up there without their consent. So, think of it like this. I know everything I'm saying is pretty dark, and what I will is pretty dark, but you've probably seen someone get or like taken advantage, or some girl who's been a minor, or someone whose consent wasn't put, and you've watched it, you've loved it, and you've ejaculated to it. I'm just saying this. I'm not saying this to belittle you. I just want you to open your eyes and see how bad this is. It's not helping your life. I strongly believe porn should have never existed. Adult content should have never existed. This shit shouldn't have never been on the internet. Because it is literally feminizing us men. It is deteriorating our lives. So the faster you can wake up and you can see this truth, the faster you can escape this. I hope this can give you another reason for quitting fapping and quitting porn. I'm sorry if this video was really dark, but it is just something that needs to be addressed and everything. I have made a whole course on how to quit porn and everything. It is the first link in the description. Click here to watch the next video. See ya.